The Morgan County DA says a judge violated the Victim Rights Act earlier this month, and now the family impacted says they plan to file a formal complaint. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kim Christensen. And I'm Phil Lipoff. Sandy and Floyd O'Dowd were hit and killed in a head-on crash in September of 2024. The teen, then 18 years old, the driver in that case, pleaded guilty to a number of charges and was sentenced late last month. 9 News reporter Jaleesa Irizarry joins us now. And Jaleesa, the family was already unhappy with the punishment handed down, and then this.
Yeah, Phil and Kim, the driver in this case was sentenced to 2 years in county jail for a number of charges, including careless driving resulting in death. A judge ordered that time to be served in 90-day increments from May through August each year until that sentence is complete. But some of those conditions later changed, and the victim's family, as well as a survivor of the crash, say they didn't know until after it was done.
More than pictures remain of Sandy and Floyd O'Dowd. Fantasia Lira on the right,
yes,
and Angel O'Dowd on the left are making sure they still have a say.
He robbed us of so much that we still wanted and needed to experience with them.
In September 2024, Sandy and Floyd were killed in a head-on crash near Wiggins. Angel was also in the car. The driver was believed to have been going roughly 95 miles an hour. That driver was initially charged with vehicular homicide but pleaded guilty to careless driving resulting in death, assault, and menacing. He was sentenced to a total of 2 years of jail time that Judge Robert James decided to give in 90-day increments from May 10th to August 8th each year until complete.
It doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem fair.
Fair is what Fantasia and the rest of the family continue to question. According to the DA, a few weeks after the sentencing, Judge James granted a motion to move back the start of the jail sentence so that the defendant could finish his classes and graduate from high school. The Morgan County DA says the judge did that without giving the family or their office any opportunity to respond or to address the court.
But I think it is technically a violation of the Victims' Rights Amendment, and the judge should have let the DA and the victims weigh in before making a decision on modifying the reporting date for the jail sentence.
9 News legal analyst Scott Robinson says if the family does file a formal complaint, it will be looked into. And if it's found that the judge did violate their rights, he could be reprimanded.
To treat somebody this way after going through the lowest and hardest moments in their life is wrong and manipulative.
Angel and Fantasia say their family does plan to file that complaint to keep more than their parents' memory alive.
They were my whole world. That was my life, not just a couple who died and you file it in a piece of paperwork.
We reached out to the DA and he declined an interview until the complaint process is complete. We also reached out to the judge and their media team said per the Colorado Code of Judicial Conduct, the judge was not allowed to comment on this case. Phil?
And you know, I don't know if the family told you, said anything like this to you, but when you look at this situation, you feel like when these things come up, they must feel like they're being victimized again.
Over and over, they kept saying that it's like ripping a Band-Aid over and over. And to mention as well, Angel was supposed to graduate this year too. And because she's been going through so much with her family, she had to push that back.
All right, Jaleesa, thanks. Storm system bringing more snow to Colorado's high country. While not a ton is coming down, the snowfall is helping our depleted snowpack. Even more snow is expected for tomorrow, and that could mean some trouble for people driving along mountain passes. We've already seen that once this year.
Yeah, everybody forgot how to drive. But that same system is bringing some much cooler temperatures, rain and clouds across parts of the state, all before the warmer weather moves in just in time for the weekend. Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin is joining us now. And Kathy, much cooler out there. The rain, there really hasn't been bad. It's kind of been here and there.
The 9 News Weather Impact Team, Kim, we aim to please. So we're trying to get some moisture for the state and then give you that beautiful weekend that you've been clamoring for with temperatures back in the 60s and 70s. More welcome rain showers are expected to move into Denver. We've had some rain and snow down in Elbert County, looking at Elizabeth, raining down that way. The Black Forest area had some snow this morning, an inch or two, and Denver could see another round of rain between now and midnight. It's an active cold storm that's been bringing snow to the mountains all day. And that snow does continue. So do the winter weather and travel advisories. A winter storm warning out through midnight Friday. Again, we could be looking at well over a foot of additional snowfall in the Wet Mountain Range, the Rampart Range, and the San Grita Cristo. So great news there. Temperatures chilly today in the mid 40s, almost 20 degrees colder than average. And the heavy showers now have pushed into southeastern Colorado, where they're battling that Poitras fire in the Los Animas County. It's about 45% contained, and that containment should go up with that heavy rain coming down. Foothill and mountain snow continues, so prepare as you drive up into the mountains for that weather. And we are expecting another wave of showers to come into Denver, even though right now the evening drive, no issues out there at all. And so this rain and snow, all part of a cold weather system that is tracking south and east away from Denver. And we will see some clearing overnight and a nice day coming up tomorrow. But jacket weather when you head out with a chance for rain, fingers crossed. We'll check the radar again and look ahead to that weekend forecast in just a bit.
Kathy, thank you. The recent deep freeze this spring has wiped out several peach crops in the North Fork Valley on Colorado's western slope. Ella Family Farms, which is near Delta, west of the town of Hotchkiss, posted on social media that they found no live fruit after a freeze earlier this month. The farm says it used minerals and 11 propane-powered wind fans to raise the temperatures in the orchard as the cold approached, but the farm said it was just too cold for too long and took out their crops for this year. The farm says it's battled spring freezes in the past, but some fruit always survived. Not this time. The city of Fort Collins is asking people to voluntarily cut back on water use starting tomorrow. While other cities, as we've told you, are under water restrictions, Fort Collins has declared a water shortage watch. Fort Collins Utility is asking people to limit lawn water to no more than 2 days per week and avoid watering between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Keep in mind, these are just recommendations right now. There are no penalties for outdoor watering. Water providers will monitor supplies and move to heavier restrictions if demand is expected to exceed the available supply. They could also lift the request if conditions improve.
A new proposal hopes to make it easier for restaurants and condo owners to become more energy compliant in Denver. This is a story first reported by our partners at the Denver Business Journal. The Denver Office of Climate Action, Sustainability and Resilience is trying to get condos and restaurants compliant under Energize Denver. And the goal is to eliminate 80% of greenhouse gas emissions created by buildings larger than 25,000 square feet. Instead of requiring 80% cuts, the city is now considering finding a different method to be compliant. And this includes creating a checklist of changes like swapping to LED bulbs or putting in smart thermostats that could be implemented to cut down on energy use. The deadline to get energy compliant is set for 2032. The Denver Office of Climate Action, Sustainability and Resilience shared proposals with the City Council Committee this week. The next plan is for it to be heard by the full council in May.
A man accused of selling drugs to someone leading to their death has now officially been charged. The Boulder County District Attorney's Office made that announcement today. The DA's office said the victim was found dead early last month near Broadway and Yarmouth Avenue in Boulder. An autopsy showed the cause of death was a fentanyl overdose. After being arrested in a separate incident, the DA's office says 31-year-old Gustavo Argumedo Lopez admitted to selling the victim's drugs that night. He now faces several charges, including distribution of fentanyl, resulting in death.
Happening tomorrow, Denver is set to reopen the historic Raza Park on the north side of the city. The city spent $2 million to upgrade the park. That includes improving sidewalks, picnic tables, benches. The city is also planning on installing a new and modern playground with turf. The park has served as a hub for Chicano and Latino communities in Denver. The city will host a celebration tomorrow afternoon.